Hello, Frugal Force. This is Captain Frugal reporting for duty for another shake-up, another little bit of information that might be interesting. Oh, before I do, let me shill just a little bit. If you want to help out the channel, we'd greatly appreciate it. YouTube tends to hate this channel, and it hides us a lot, so we need your support. And one of the best ways you can do it is just hit like, subscribe, hit that notifications bell. And if you're new, welcome to the channel. If you've been here for a long time, thanks for keeping up with the videos and helping support it too as well. Another way you can help out the channel greatly too is just leave a comment down below. Even something like great video, you suck, whatever it may be, just leave a comment down below. That helps with the metric as well. We greatly appreciate it. And if you find yourself in a good position financially and you want to help the channel, we would really appreciate that too. And we have multiple ways that you can do that by just looking down the info bar below. We have a Patreon, we have a subscribe star, or even for just one-time donations, or even if you just want to help out by getting some merch for yourself, buy yourself a t-shirt through our Redbubble or whatever it is. We have clocks, t-shirts, coffee cups, whatever it is, and then whatever it is, it helps the channel significantly. All right, with that, we're jumping forward and moving into it. Cloak and Dagger canceled at Freeform. This isn't speculative. This isn't maybe. This is said and done, locked in, supposedly as of October 24th, 2019. It's been an article by Leslie Goldberg, and you can find that here, The Hollywood Reporter. So, and this is all due to the shift in who's in charge. So let's talk about that. It says the Marvel drama ran 2 seasons at the Disney-owned cable network and hailed for the comic book giants TV division. Normally, I'd say if it was on a different channel that Marvel didn't own, I could see why, because Marvel likes to keep hold of everything they have. But this is on a Marvel channel. So is this the start of a free fall of superhero television shows? Is this the end? Because we're starting to see more cancellations, dipping in ratings with superhero shows. Only time will tell if that fatigue is setting in. So anyway, Marvel's Cloak and Dagger is done. Disney-owned cable network Freeform has opted to cancel the drama after 2 seasons. I think there's a couple reasons why here. The news comes shortly after Marvel announced a major leadership change, with film topper Kevin Feige adding oversight of its television division, among other units. Marvel's head of TV, Jeph Loeb, who developed Cloak and Dagger, is leaving the company, is expected to formally announce his departure before Thanksgiving. I tend to wonder if it's less of he chose to leave and more of, okay, we're moving you out of this position, because it looks like a lot of what he had his hands in is now getting taken and getting shut down. Maybe they're going to try to replace things with something that might be more successful. I did watch this show and it was okay. It wasn't really action-filled. It was a little slow, and I think that was the problem with it. But it did explore new territory, and I give them props for trying something with characters that are not near mainstream like Cloak and Dagger. Though I will say they completely butchered their origin and a few other traits about them, younged them up some. But still, it was an interesting thing to see Cloak and Dagger get some spotlight. It says Olivia, Holt, Aubrey, Joseph, Emma, Lohana, and Ali McKay starred in the series from the executive producer Joe, whatever his name is, Pokaski, who served as a showrunner, and Loeb. The decision arrives 5 months after season 2 of the young adult-focused drama wrapped in the sophomore season. And as I said, it was a little slow and a little boring. I can see why it didn't gain a whole lot. Ratings for the show were down year over year, as is common pretty much for every linear series, and options on the cast were expiring. So in other words, what it's saying is the ratings were low, and then it was time for new contracts. They weren't going to be able to pay them as much, or didn't want to, because it wasn't going to be as profitable. And we've seen that happen also with Arrow. A lot of people, when I was talking about Arrow getting canceled, like, oh no, it's not, it's ending. The show ending is still canceled. What most likely happened is you watch the viewership drop significantly on DC's Arrow. And when that happens, when it's time for new contracts, they usually don't offer as favorable contracts. And so then an actor, for example, like the lead actor for Green Arrow, says, I think I'm going to do other things. I don't want to do this anymore. It's usually because, well, the pay isn't as favorable anymore. It's not as good of an option, and they want to explore new things because of that. So it couldn't keep going. So therefore, it is canceled. So here's another little funny thing, though, I find interesting. It says in quotes, "We are so proud of Marvel's Cloak and Dagger and the trailblazing stories the series told," Freeform said Thursday in a statement. Also, quote, "We are also grateful to our incredible talent, Olivia, Holt, and Aubrey Joseph, for bringing these beloved characters to life, and showrunner Joe Pokaski for his vision. We'd like to thank our partners at Marvel Television for a wonderful 2 seasons, and we're hopeful that we can find another project together." In other words, kiss a little butt because you want to get more work. Absolutely. I wouldn't say that, sure, maybe they're proud that they made it, but the viewership doesn't really, shout anything to have a lot of pride over it. It didn't do very well. But, considering it was Cloak and Dagger, nobody really knew who they were, and I don't think they advertised them very well. What did you expect, Marvel? This is the latest cancellation to raise eyebrows from young-focused Freeform. The basic cable network recently canceled the Pretty Little Liars spinoff, The Perfectionist, after one season. The move was considered a big surprise. Not really. If they don't do good enough, they're going to have to do something to keep the money in. Nobody wants to advertise a show if they're not bringing in viewers, especially in that 18 to 25 demographic. So not a big surprise there. So Freeform's current script roster contains, and it gives different information what's there. But the main thing is, for Marvel, meanwhile, the cancellation of Cloak and Dagger comes at a time of big changes for the comic book powerhouse. Absolutely. And here's where it's the point. Marvel said farewell to FX's Legion earlier this year to close shop on that. Also, it's ending Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. next year. So remaining Marvel TV property series include Hulu's The Runaways and the upcoming Hellstrom, and it's slated of 5 animated comedies, a mashup at the Disney's back streamer. Who knows what that'll end up being. While a company recently scrapped also its Hulu Ghost Rider series. Looking forward to Marvel's Disney shows. In other words, a lot of things that Loeb was connected to, they're just saying, we're going to axe this. And Feige's going to get his own direction of where the company's going. We could probably expect to see a lot more of these on Marvel's network as well. So Marvel's going to pull that apart, pull those other things off, cancel those, and put them on their network. Because that's what Disney does. They're big about control and shift. Even though Disney already owns Freeform, they probably want to put the extra superhero stuff on that subscription channel. So once again, due to low ratings, poor marketing, and wanting to control and maybe put a shift on their streaming service, Cloak and Dagger has had the dagger in the back that has now caused it to be canceled. All right, well, that's my views. Interesting to see yours. Did you watch Cloak and Dagger? If so, what did you think about it? Is it a show maybe you'd consider watching? What show would you like to see Marvel do, especially if they would actually do it right? All right, thanks again for watching. Until next time, keep it frugal.